Would you look who it is? Johnny Key, welcome back to the vlog. How are you doing?
I'm great.
We just got to the hotel. I'm here with
Johnny Key. I feel great. A little scared about what's gonna happen at night, but I feel good.
He needs me. Let's go, Luke! Come on! Luke Talbot. What a race.
Welcome back to episode 10 or 9 or 11 of Blonde Boys Run. Today we got Nico. We're going to talk about trans people in sports. And then we're also going to talk about March Madness. And Luke's eating right now. So first things first, Nico Young, 10K, absolutely crazy. Comes in second to only Grant Fisher in a NCAA record, obviously, in like 26:52, which is crazy. Luke, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a shocking race. We have Grant Fisher obviously coming out with the win. I mean, I'm not too surprised by that. Grant's an absolute beast. He's got a couple records of his own, American records. And yeah, I think I'm more surprised with the fact that I thought Woody Kincaid would be up there to compete a little bit more. But I was really more surprised that Joe Klecker didn't have a better race, to be completely honest. Outside of that, you have the usuals. Mohammed Ahmed, Bowerman Track Club, 26:53 in fourth place. The rest of the people, to be quite honest with you, outside of Woody Kincaid, 26:57 in seventh place. It's just not really anything crazy, in my opinion, like very expected almost for most of the results. I will say fifth place, Habtum Samuel, University of New Mexico. Got to tip that,
Yeah.
26:53. I mean,
Go
very
Lobos.
impressive out of him. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but besides that, just an incredible 10K. Very fast field. You had 8 people running under 27 minutes, which is the Olympic standard. So a very competitive race, very really cool to see. And let's just double check the results. We had 32 people finish the race, with the slowest being 29:28, but the second slowest was 28:05. So like, just to put that into perspective, absolutely insane the speed that was in this race. Just a very fast race and really cool to see. Also, Charles Hicks, Bowerman Track Club, new guy,
Oh, I didn't know
27:33
that.
in the 10K. Yeah, it's very cool to see that. And yeah, I mean, if you go through here, you guys see a lot of names. Luis Grijalva, we were talking about him not too long ago, saying when's he going to be back? I did find out that he was injured in the fall. Didn't know that until now, obviously. But yeah, 27:26 out of the guy. Good for him. Love to see it. I also think he was just recently back in Guatemala for the first time in 23 years
Hey.
and met with like the president or whatnot. And I guess he's hoping to represent Guatemala at the Olympics, which is pretty cool. They had like some ban on it or something like that. It's temporarily
Yeah,
lifted.
that'd be
So
sick.
super cool to see that. But yeah, just an amazing race. I'm so glad that there is, because 10K is not really interesting to watch. So I think when you have this level of competition, I think it makes it a little bit more doable to, kind of check out. And you really don't have to watch the whole thing. You could probably tune in for the first 2-3 meters or 2-3 kilometers, and then for like the last mile or so is really where it starts to get interesting. So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
just really awesome all around to see.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for just this outdoor season in general. I think outdoor is like a lot more entertaining than indoor. And then also, I mean, times just get faster during outdoor. So it's definitely going to be fun to see what happens. I'm also excited for our seasons. I'm super excited for next week when Blonde Boys reunite for a little for a little distance carnival.
Yeah, that bed right behind you
I
is
don't
looking pretty comfy. I hope it can fit both of us.
know. It's gonna have to. And I don't know if Heat Sheets definitely aren't out yet.
No.
But I did see all the entries, bro. There's like over 300 5K entries.
Holy crap.
I think I'm ranked like a little over 100, and he put me in at a 15:05.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, so it's gonna be freaking crazy. But I also have a race this weekend, run the 1500. We're kind of training through it. so I don't really know what to expect. Should
Where
be good
at?
weather. S&T.
Hmm.
I think coach put me in at a 4 flat, and so goal is definitely to break 4, which I think is definitely doable. Um, but yeah, it should be pretty good. I think there's definitely gonna be guys there that are gonna be sub 4 and in my heat, so I'm looking forward to it. I
What
just hope
is
I can
your
hang on.
1500-meter PR?
So funny enough, last year I never ran the 1500 because Coach Drummy Drum just decided he wanted to
Did
murk
his
me in
drum and
steeple.
drum thing.
Yeah, yeah, no. I love getting a phone call where it's like, Johnny, like, what do you want to do this weekend? Well, coach, I kind of want to run like the 15 because I don't think I have the legs for the 5K. Well, you're not running. You're doing steeple or you're doing nothing. Why the frick did you call me asking me what I wanted to do then? So yeah, crazy enough, I don't have a 5K time. I mean, besides cross country high school and then like a split in the 8K, and I don't have a whatchamacallit, 1500-meter time. So awesome, but
It's
yeah, hoping
shocking
for
that
sub 4.
yeah, I'm shocked that, you didn't think you had the legs for a 5K after doing that 24 by 100-meter workout. Because, like,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
what
crazy.
an excellent 5K workout.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure he knew what he was doing. Whenever you're roommates with Justin Gatland, obviously you're gonna know what you're doing. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's crazy, crazy. I didn't think I had it. This year I think I have it. I had a nice little workout yesterday in the wind. Little 3 by 1200 tempo and mile, and the miles were at I think it went 50, 48, 44, super controlled, so felt super good. And I also took caffeine for the first time before the workout. And my God, does it make you feel good? It makes you feel real freaking good. I remember I showed up like 30 minutes early to practice, took it, talked with coach for a little bit, and then I was like doing homework before practice for like no reason at all. And you know me, like I don't do that. So it is freaking crazy. I think I'm gonna try it this weekend at S&T. See how that works out. But
How did you consume your caffeine?
via my mouth.
Was it like liquid, a pill? What were you doing?
It was a liquid. It was like an energy drink.
Okay.
Um,
That's
I
more
think it
what
was
I
like a
was
rain.
wondering.
Yeah, I think it was a rain. Peach nectarine was the flavor. Tasted very good.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I was
Not sponsored.
focused. Not sponsored, but I mean, if they want to sponsor us, that'd be great. But yeah, no, I was locked in. It was awesome. It felt so easy. So I think I'm in definitely sub 15 5K shape, which would be awesome for
Hmm.
first 5K to run sub 15. I think I'm definitely capable of it. It's just if I'm there at WashU, which hopefully I will be. Currently, I have a shift that morning from 5:30 a.m. to 12. Um, we're gonna have to get that covered. It's on spring break though, which is like who's gonna cover
Yeah.
it? But
No
I
one.
mean, it's like I have a yeah, seriously. I was talking to the lead building manager who's like a student. She's like, "Well, you should have worked this out." I'm like, "Mel, what the frick?" She's like, "This seems like a you problem. Like you might have to work it." And it's like, it's a student flipping job where I get minimum freaking wage. Like it's not that serious. Like I need this. Like racing is way more important than a stupid job. Or it's not stupid. I love my job. Let me get that straight. I love my student job. But it's like, what's more important in my life? My building manager job of the Recreation and Wellness Center or my running? It's like, tough choice. I think I'm gonna have to go with the running. But that's that. We'll be good, hopefully. You just might not see me whenever you come here. Um,
Okay.
but next on the agenda, I don't know what the controversy was that you were talking about. Do you want to give me the rundown of the controversy?
Let me go digging in our Instagram reels. So for
Nice.
context, yeah, I sent this to Johnny way back when we were supposed to talk about it, and we never did. Lo and behold, we definitely forgot.
Yeah, it was we.
Yeah, it just keeps
Oh my
coming up in
god,
different sports. What?
I love this one.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about it while I look for this?
I don't know.
I think you should.
Uh, no comment.
No
No
comment.
comment.
So
No comment.
What Johnny was looking at is apparently the Olympics are giving out 300,000 condoms in the Olympic Village. Dude,
I mean,
who is using more than like three while they're, why are you even using like most of them have significant others, I would imagine, like, right? Like, am I just weird thinking that you would imagine probably the majority of the athletes have significant others?
I I don't I don't know, man.
You
Oh.
just look so lost.
Well, it's like, do you
Yeah,
remember whenever they had the cardboard beds?
yes. And talking about how they were gonna break. I do
It's
remember
just
that.
crazy. I think it's super funny though, to be honest. I mean, hey, I I think for distance, I like okay, not like being weird or anything, but like you hear professional athletes all the time. Like I think Muhammad Ali said that he would get away from his wife. LeBron James during I don't even know like the lock in or whatever you want to call it. Like he didn't see his wife or anything like that. Um, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Just because of
Yeah, but you
yeah.
think they're doing stuff with other freaking women?
No. I'm just saying like
Or they want to get away from their. No, I don't actually. I'm gonna be honest. What are
are
you
you
What are you
catching
trying to
my drift,
imply?
dog? I'm trying to
No.
imply that they don't do anything so that they stay like the more energized. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say
Oh
this
my
in a.
God.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
So,
saying? Yeah.
here's the craziest thing about this. First of all, I can't find it to save my life, so it is what it is. Second of all, Chaz sent me a reel talking
Oh, you
about
know it's gonna be good.
how it affects men, and basically, what it is at some point, if you retain everything, all your bodily fluids, we'll put it this way, if you retain that after a 7 period day, your like estrogen levels or whatever those levels are will hit a peak and then come down regardless of what you do. So basically, if you were to have it set at like a 7 day cycle where like every Sunday, obviously you take care of business. Every Saturday before that Sunday, you would be at your peak, or like Friday, Saturday, you'd like be peak condition, if that makes
Okay,
sense. Oh,
asking for a
testosterone,
friend.
right? Isn't that what it is? It's your
Sure.
testosterone
Asking for a
levels.
friend. What happens if you just hold it like for a while?
That's what I'm saying. After 7 days, it goes down again automatically.
Okay. So then there
So,
nothing
but
happens.
so that's what I'm saying. So the way to maximize it is to go on a cycle to control it to where, let's say, every 7 days, like every Sunday, you release, and
On
then
the Lord's Day. That's crazy. That's crazy.
okay, sorry, every Saturday. I'm just saying, well, because then if
Before
for
the Lord's
Sunday
Day.
to
That's
say,
crazy.
okay, well, pick your day, but like you're gonna
I'm
peak
not picking a
before
day.
it.
Okay.
So if you need to peak Friday, then maybe make your day Saturday. Take care of business on Saturday.
Okay. Speaking of testosterone and estrogen levels, rolling into the transgender, obviously it was a huge thing like in years past with Leah Thomas. It was like,
Yep.
"Oh, it's fair, it's fair." It's not fair. It's just not fair. Okay, are we just gonna stand here and act like it's fair? Because it's just not. I think it's very damaging to women's sports. If I'm being honest with you, I think
So
you go.
go ahead.
I was
Uh,
just gonna say it's like I think with swimming. I think there a lot less people watch obviously women's swimming and stuff like that, and so only like the women swimmers know and the people in the sport. I think if there was a guy to go into a much watched women's sport like volleyball, which is hot right now, or basketball, especially what's hot right now. Like if a guy went into that, I mean, you wouldn't even hear about Caitlin Clark. You just hear about this she-male going into freaking women's basketball, throwing down a 50-point triple double with like 5 dunks. Then people would be like starting raising eyebrows, like, oh, maybe guys do have like just better genetics, not just with testosterone levels, because that's what a lot of them just think it is, where it's like, oh, once they get their testosterone levels down and estrogen levels up, like they're gonna be okay. It's like, no, there's just so much more that goes into your athletic ability than just your testosterone and your estrogen or whatever. I'm not a scientist. I'm a PE major. Like I don't do anything, but I think it's crazy to sit here and act like the playing field is even whenever it's not. What do you think?
So I feel like we can word it in a little bit more of an eloquent way to where the point where I think me and you can both agree on some things like one, I'm not exactly mad at the trans people that are participating. Like, I'm not mad at a guy claiming
No.
that he's a girl and believing he's a
Uh,
girl and competing with the girls. What I'm mad at is the people that are enforcing the rules, the people that are making the rules. That's the
mhm.
problem. Like, to kind of compare this, like, we have my coach, Arrow, who is much older than most of the people he's racing against. Am I mad that Arrow is racing against, or like I would ever have to race against him? No, it's not his fault that he's abiding by the rules that the NCAA sets forth. There's
Mhm.
obviously reasons that he wasn't able to compete in the years that he had to take a break from running and came back and is able to use the rest of his eligibility. If I was upset with anybody, it would have to be the people that are making the rules and enforcing the rules. So when it comes to this situation, I am not upset with, say, Leah Thompson for competing
Thomas.
in
Unbelievable. You don't
Thomas.
even know. You
Yeah,
don't even know
sorry,
his name. Her name. You don't even know her
sorry,
name.
sorry. Leah Thomas for competing against women if Leah believes that she is a woman and she wants to compete against women. I'm not going to be mad at Leah unless there is malicious intent behind it where you don't actually believe that you are a female and you are pretending to be one so you can have gain because of your advantages as a male. Go ahead.
Um, so I think we need to throw this statistic out there that before she transitioned, she was a swimmer for UPenn's men's team. And my thing is like, do you think she was top 100 men or anything like that?
Probably not.
Frick no, bottom of the flipping barrel. But she transitions and now she's the national champion for women's. Like, you think that's fair for other women to have to put up with a guy going into a girl and winning? Like,
Not at
I don't
all.
care. I don't care if she thinks she's a girl. Like, it's not fair to everyone else. Where it's like you have this guy who wasn't even D1 swimmer. Okay, so he's good, but like compared to the rest of the men's field, yeah, trash. Not great. And then comes into women's and then starts dominating. Like, how the frick is that fair, regardless of the rules? Like, how is that fair to other women just because you think you're a girl? You can compete with girls and just absolutely destroy them just because your genetics are crazier.
Agreed. And I think that, again, I'm really not mad at Leah for doing what Leah did. I'm more mad that the rules allowed it. Like, there should be
Yeah.
rules set in place against these things to happen. Because to put it into perspective, if a pro runner came and raced against a high school field because the rules allowed it, yeah, maybe that pro runner, you're going to be like, oh, well, that was like a dumb thing to do. That wasn't very cool. But the rules allowed it. So how can I be mad at the pro runner? You can't be mad at the pro runner. They did what the rules allowed. You have to be upset with the people that are creating the rules and enforcing them. Like, it all goes back to that because at the end of the day, if there's not malicious intent behind it, like if Leah believes she's a girl and she wants to compete against girl swimmers, I mean, okay, but the rules shouldn't allow a born at or at birth born as a male to compete against women who were born at or birthed as women. I'm sorry, my wording there is pretty trash, but
Yeah,
like
no, you're good.
a biological male to compete against biological women. Like, I don't agree with that, and I think that anybody who has 2 cents, more than 2 brain cells, understands that there is a very big difference when it comes to men and women. And I think one of the really interesting things about this, I was listening to a podcast of some people talking about how different things affect in different sports. When you look at like a chart, and you have a chart that's like a normal chart, it goes up and it kind of teeters at the top end, it goes one way, the bottom end it goes another way. So if your top of the top is your extreme and the bottom of your bottom is extreme, if you take height for an example, most men are going to be taller than most women, but at the very top, at the 1% of the tallest people in the world, it is always going to be dominated by men. Men are always going to dominate the top of the top when it comes to that chart. If you look at anger, at that top 1%, it's always going to be men. There are more men in jail than there are women, statistically speaking. At the top 1%, that men dominate that field. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, obviously I wouldn't want to be in jail. I don't think that that's a great thing.
Doesn't interest me, no.
No, but if you are looking at the extremes, it's clear that not only on average, but at the extreme, there are significant differences between men and women. And it just sucks because I don't want to see anybody being at such an unfair advantage. It's very much like doping. Like if the rules allow people to use certain substances that we think should be banned and they're not, how am I going to get mad at this person for using that substance? However, if the rules say you can't use this substance, this is a performance enhancing drug, you're not allowed to use it, and somebody gets caught using it, it is that athlete's fault. You went against what the rules said, it's your fault. And I do believe that the rules should state you cannot be a biological male competing against biological females. And on the flip side of that, have we seen a single biological female compete against biological men in like anything? No.
I mean, no, you know why? Because they probably don't flipping win because it's a woman going into being a man and going into man sports. Like, it's probably because they don't flipping win. Like,
And it's not
as
even
as bad as that sounds, it's probably because they don't flipping win.
And it's not that it's like when it comes to specific sports, there I'm sure are sports that are dominated by females. Like I'm sure there's something out there that females can do better than men, sporting wise. Obviously, I don't look like too much into it, so I literally could not tell you to save my life. But like when it comes to
You can't give
like
me an example.
no, unfortunately, I didn't know we were gonna go this deep into this topic. I didn't come that prepared. But like, if you look at it like
Unbelievable.
for what we do, running, okay, what is the fastest? What's the fastest? 55, 60, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500 mile steeple, 3K, 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon. The fastest time in every single one of those events of everybody that has ever lived is always going to be held by a man because genetically we have a better capability to run faster for all distances. Like it really doesn't matter. Like unless you're going to the extreme of what ultra marathons through like just conditions where you literally it doesn't matter how fast you are, it literally only depends on how mentally strong you are, where then you can say, okay, this woman completed the Moab 50 faster than any other man has in history. Yes, mentally she is the strongest woman that has ever completed this race, and you have to give her that because she is mentally stronger than any man that has ever done the event. Physically, if you were to take a 50K between two people and it's just a 50K like a flat surface, it's always going to be a male coming out on top when it comes to like just time. So it really is a difference of what the event entails. Like if it's just a race that you're going through up and down mountains and going through the desert where it's just a mental battle to finish the race versus like a 50K on a flat road. Obviously, those are two different things. One is pertaining to speed and endurance, and the other is pertaining to how mentally strong you are. And of course, then you're getting to a place where, yeah, a woman can be mentally stronger than a man. And maybe if you take the average of how strong, I mean, I don't even know if you can test this, but like maybe like, women on average are mentally stronger than men. It's very possible. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you can test for that. But when it comes to what we do, track and field, it's not about your mental toughness to an extent. Obviously, running is a very mental sport, but it doesn't, at the
Very.
end of the day, it doesn't matter how mentally strong you are if you're running on a lap, on a track for a mile, because you can be as mentally strong as you want. You don't have the capabilities to run a 430 mile as, or a 340 mile as a woman. Like it's just not possible at this moment in time. Maybe you give them 20 years and more super shoes and crazy freaking drugs and whatnot. Maybe some woman can. But
No, I actually think I think that can happen, Luke.
what? A woman running a 340 mile?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if a guy transition into a woman and the technology improves, I bet it will happen. I bet it will happen if we keep allowing this garbage to happen, to be honest.
What's the
I think the
fastest?
fix is
What's the world
simple.
record for the mile right now?
46, 45, probably.
And you think you have to take the best man in the world and say, "Hey, transition."
No, like you were just saying hypothetically, like,
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
20 years. That's all I'm saying. But I
Yeah,
think
no,
the
I
fix
got
is
you.
simple. I think it's the gender you're assigned at birth. I think that's where you compete, whether you want to live as a girl or as a guy. It doesn't matter. You compete in the gender that you're assigned at birth. I think that's the simple fix. I think that's going to be the fix that's going to have to happen, and I think it will happen. Uh, it probably has already happened. I mean, every state's like activity association or whatever. I guarantee that's what it's going to come down to. Um, I don't
I
even
think
know
it
what the
depends on how
NCAA
big
is.
like the movement is, because I genuinely think that if there is a large enough pool of these people that are transitioning, want to be transgender or non-binary or just don't identify at all, give them their own flippin' league. Like you get to compete in your own separate category. You're not a man, you're not a woman, you are
There's no way.
X, Y, and Z. You have your own little league, and let's see how many people watch those events. Because let's be honest, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that. Let's be honest. When it comes to, let's say FIFA, right? Is yeah, that's what like the what's
Oh
the
Lord,
soccer league
Lord have
called?
mercy. Dog,
You
there's
know I don't
plenty
know.
of soccer leagues. What are you talking
What's the
about?
biggest? What's the World Cup? World Cup? Sure.
Yeah, the World Cup. Yeah, where all the
Okay.
countries compete.
Yeah. There was this whole argument about the World Cup where men's soccer was getting a huge payout versus women's soccer, and the
Yeah,
fact of the matter is the viewership is so much higher for the men's World Cup than it is the women's World Cup that the women were actually like their league was losing money because nobody was watching it. I'm not saying that there isn't interest in women's soccer. I'm just saying there's more interest in men's soccer. So if you toss a third league out there when you already have two and one is so much better and one is not doing amazingly, it's doing fine, but then add a whole nother one of an even smaller minority, because at the end of the day, trans people, non-binary, all that subcategory. I mean, I don't want to say subcategory. I guess like I don't know, is men a subcategory? I guess of gender in a sense. But if you take that demographic, I guess, and toss it into their own little group and you say, here's your league. If you want to participate, if you don't want to compete as the gender you were assigned at birth, you can compete in this league, and however your viewership does is what you're going to get paid. I don't have a problem with that. Personally, I have no interest in it. I'm probably not going to watch it because, listen, the biggest names in these sports is Leah Thomas, and that's it. Like if you want me to watch this, you better give me some amazing storylines. I need people that have a brain and know what they're talking about and are interesting to watch. And you got to give me some reason to watch it. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it's right to be having biological men competing against biological women. And if you want to have something like this, you make a third league and you say whatever your viewership is, that's whether you thrive or you die. And guess what? Good luck. You want to
gonna
do
happen.
this, make it work.
I don't see that happening.
I think
I
it's
don't see that happening.
I really don't either, but I'm just trying to give them a fair opportunity to
They did.
make a brand for themselves, in a sense. I'm looking out for everybody. Like, I'm trying to be devil's advocate. I personally, again, like I said, I'm not watching. I don't even watch most of the women's races. I'll watch when Parker Valby's on. So
It's,
you give me a freaking Parker Valby in this third league, and hell, I'll be watching. But like, you got to give me some interesting people to watch. You need some big names, and I mean, there just aren't any at the moment. So I'm saying that you want to do this so bad, make your own freaking league, build it up, create a brand for yourself, and boom, all the people that don't want to identify as the gender that they were assigned at birth. And I do think that we should say, like, I have no hate towards anybody that
no,
is
yeah.
trying to change their gender. Like, I don't, like, we made it so, like, specific that I'm not mad at Leah. I'm mad at the people for not enforcing rules and creating rules to stop this from happening. I'm not mad at anybody that's non-binary or transgender. Like, you can be whatever you want to be. I think there's two genders personally. That is my personal belief. Whatever you want to do, you can
Science
do.
believes.
Exactly. Whatever you want to, yeah, what's what school taught me, right? Whatever you want to do, you can do. As long as it doesn't affect other people negatively, I don't care. Like, it's not affecting me, so I have no problem with you wanting to be, you want to dress like a woman and be treated like a woman, and you believe yourself to be a woman. Fantastic, Leah. If that's what you want to be, I am completely okay with that. I am not okay, however, with women that were born as women getting their hopes and dreams ripped apart because they placed one short of being able to qualify for the nationals because they lost to a biological male. That's just not fair. I think that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, no hate towards anyone like that.
Correct.
Like personally, beliefs differ vastly. And I pray for those people, but obviously, no hate whatsoever. But yeah, rules need to change. But obviously, I mean, Leah Thomas did win nationals, so like it is an
That's
issue,
insane.
obviously.
Yeah.
But since it is March, we're gonna close this bad boy out. Luke knows nothing about college sports, and obviously, he doesn't know anything about sports because he just didn't know anything about soccer or anything like that. But
Actually, it's
we're gonna
football,
make
but that's okay.
okay. This guy trying to get European viewership. We're
Yep.
gonna create a March
Love my
Madness
Europeans.
bracket for you.
Okay.
So first up, UConn Stetson. Who do you got?
What are these schools? What's
The
Stetson?
University of Connecticut. UConn.
Yeah,
They
what's the
won
other one?
last year. Stetson.
What's that?
It's the 16 seed. I'd advise
All
you to
right.
take UConn.
Give me UConn.
Thank you. Florida Atlantic or Northwestern?
Northwestern what?
Northwestern. San Diego State, UAB.
Wait, Northwestern what? Like what state?
I don't know what state it's in, to be honest with you. It's
There's
in the
no
Big
way I'm
Ten, isn't
getting
it?
joked.
I think it's
Northwestern Illinois?
no
Northwestern
dog. What?
Missouri?
No, what
Northwestern
the frig?
Kentucky?
It's D1. It's D1. I think it's. I want to say it's in Ohio
Johnny doesn't even know.
or
Give me the next
Indiana.
one. Yeah, give me Northwestern. It's fine. I don't care. I just wanted to know what state it was.
Okay, let me.
I'm getting joked out here. Johnny doesn't even know.
No way. Oh my gosh, no way. Is
Did
it
you just
actually
delete
in
the
Illinois?
bracket?
No.
Northwestern Illinois?
It's in
No, it'd
Illinois,
be
I think.
Illinois Northwestern.
Is it purple N?
Mm.
Okay.
Dude, I
It
don't even
doesn't
know if that
matter.
school exists.
It doesn't matter. San Diego State or Alabama Birmingham?
Give me San Diego.
Auburn or Yale?
Ugh. Um, Yale, I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
big upset pick. BYU or Duchenne?
BYU.
Okay. Illinois. Hear me out. OVC champs, baby. Representing Morehead State. Who do you got?
Versus who?
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
You're not gonna go with Morehead State? Are we serious?
I mean, listen, I might need a little bit of Moorhead, but no, I am going with Illinois State.
Ignore that comment. I like Morehead. If they upset Illinois, you heard it first.
I know you like Moorhead. We've talked about this.
They're my champs. Go Beakers. Washington State or Drake?
Drake,
Iowa State or South Dakota State?
Iowa,
North Carolina or Wagner?
North Carolina. What the heck is Wagner?
Mississippi State or Michigan State?
Michigan's the freaking
Pardon.
Spartans. Yeah, give me the Spartans. They're green,
St.
right?
Mary's or Grand Canyon?
Oh, St. Mary's might have God on their side. Give me Grand Canyon, though. Give me Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon has got. That's a Christian university. I'm like 95% positive. They're the Lopes. Alabama or Charleston?
Alabama.
Clemson or New Mexico?
Clemson.
Or Colgate, like the toothpaste.
Give me the toothpaste. Toothpaste to the champs. Nah, they'll get knocked out, actually.
Dayton or Nevada?
Dayton, Florida. Is that what it is?
Dayton, Ohio.
Give me Nevada. We don't like Ohio.
Arizona or Long Beach State?
Give me the Long Beach.
All right, big upset. I see you.
Arizona is
Houston?
in ASU.
No, that's Arizona State.
Which one was it?
Arizona. If it was Arizona State, I'd
Arizona?
say Arizona State. Arizona.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Houston or Longwood?
Give me
Lindenwood's brother.
Longwood. Give
Wow,
me
that's
Longwood.
huge upset. Nebraska or Texas A&M?
A&M.
Wisconsin or James Madison?
Oh, we love the Wisconsin. I
Stop.
don't. No, you aren't
Duke,
even on the team.
not Duke or Vermont?
I'll take Duke.
Texas Tech or NC State?
NC State, baby, represent.
Kentucky or Oakland? Rapid
I'll
fire.
go
I
Oakland.
need these.
I'll go Oakland.
Rapid
I'm
State.
sorry.
Or Florida or the winner of
Florida.
Boise? Okay, yeah. Marquette or Western Kentucky?
Marquette.
Purdue or is that Montana State or Grambling State?
Purdue.
Utah State or TCU?
TCU.
Gonzaga or McNeese?
Gonzaga.
Kansas or Samford?
Stanford. Let's go trees.
Samford.
Oh, give me Kansas then. I'm
Oh,
not going no
Brady.
rip-off Stanford.
South Carolina, or the O.
Oregon.
Creighton or Akron?
Akron.
Texas or Colorado State?
Colorado State. Colorado State, Fort Collins?
Tennessee? Colorado, like the Rams.
Yeah, Fort Collins.
Okay. Tennessee or St. Peter's?
Tennessee.
Okay, we're halfway there.
The Vols?
Yeah.
We're
UConn or
halfway?
Northwest? Yes. Bro, you're like... UConn or Northwestern?
UConn.
San Diego State or Yale?
San Diego.
BYU or Illinois?
Illinois.
Drake or Iowa State?
Iowa.
North Carolina or Michigan State?
Michigan.
Grand Canyon or Alabama?
Alabama.
Clemson or Colgate?
Colgate.
That's crazy. Nevada or Long Beach State?
Give me Long Beach.
Funny story, their coach got fired like mid-season. and then
Oh.
they won their tournament, and now he's coaching in March Madness. Longwood or Texas A&M?
A&M.
Wisconsin or Duke?
Duke.
NC State or Oakland?
NC State.
Florida or Marquette?
Florida.
Purdue or TCU?
TCU.
Gonzaga or Kansas?
Gonzaga.
Oregon or Akron?
Ugh. Oregon.
Colorado State or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Okay. UConn or San Diego State?
UConn.
Illinois or Iowa State?
Iowa.
Michigan State or Bama?
Michigan.
Oh, a lot of belief in Izzo. Colgate or Long Beach State?
Colgate.
A&M or Duke?
A&M.
Colgate to the Elite Eight. It's a crazy call. NC State or Florida?
No! Parker Valley versus Caitlin Toohey. Give me Florida.
Yeah. All right. I think Florida won the SEC, and then NC State, a 10 seed in the ACC tournament, won. Which is crazy. TCU or Gonzaga?
Ooh. Give me TCU.
Oregon or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
So this Elite Eight, I mean, interesting. UConn or Iowa State?
Big upset. Iowa State.
Technically, it would be an upset, I guess. Michigan State or Colgate?
Michigan. Come on.
Texas A&M or Florida?
Florida.
Tennessee or TCU?
Tennessee.
Okay. Into the Final Four, I see only one of these teams having relatively a chance of winning it at all. So if you pick them, I'd be like, okay, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Iowa State or Michigan State?
I'm going to say, give me Iowa. Come on.
Oh, okay, good. Florida or Tennessee?
Florida. Big wins right here.
This is
SEC.
crazy. They're both SEC.
I know.
Iowa State or Florida for the championship.
You know, it hurts me
One
to say this.
shining moment. Who are you gonna
It
pick?
really does, but I got a couple friends that went to Iowa, and I just
This
gotta.
isn't the Hawkeyes. This is Iowa State, the Cyclones. Pick them.
Oh,
For the love of
shit.
God.
I did not know that.
All right,
I was
Iowa State's your
only-
champs.
Wait.
How many total points will be scored in the championship game? We're gonna go with
Probably, I'm gonna
One.
say 153.
okay. That's all right. That's what we're going with. Submit bracket. Congrats, you picked Iowa State to win. How do I customize
I
it?
want
How do
Florida to win.
That's not,
How did
it's
Hawkeyes
literally
not make it into
impossible.
the bracket?
They're not good.
Oh,
This
I didn't
isn't
know that.
women's. They don't have Caitlin Clark. Name your bracket. Luke's.
Oh my God, Caitlin Clark's on the Hawkeyes?
Yes.
didn't know that.
You hate women's sports, bro. Just say that.
That's not
Luke's.
true. I love Parker Valley.
Awful bracket for different reasons. Safe. All right. Well, that's that. We will check in next week after the first round, see how your picks did.
Okay, be honest.
be
How
interesting.
do you think I'll get even half of the first round picks correct?
Here you go. I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. Let me look at this.
We're
UConn
not going
Stetson.
through all of these.
I know it's quick. I would pick UConn, Northwestern, FAU toss up, San Diego State. Yeah, I'd pick Auburn. Auburn's really good. I think they actually won the SEC. I might have been tripping. I would pick BYU. Illinois, I wouldn't be surprised if Morehead State upset them, but it's a good pick. Drake, good pick. Iowa State, good pick. North Carolina, good pick. Michigan State, good pick. Their coach is super experienced. GCU over St. Mary's is a good upset pick. Bama is good. Their offense is a juggernaut. I would pick New Mexico to beat Clemson. Baylor's going to beat Colgate. But Baylor is their defense is really bad, but their offense is really good. So if their offense is bad, then maybe Colgate gets the upset. Nevada Dayton toss up. Arizona's going to beat Long Beach State probably. Houston's going to beat Longwood. Houston's the best team in the country. Nebraska A&M toss up. I like Nebraska. Wisconsin beat James Madison. Maybe I like James Madison upsetting. Duke Vermont. Duke. NC State Texas Tech toss up. Oakland Kentucky. I like the upset pick to be honest, but Oakland's the same way. Good offense, really bad defense. Florida. I like that. Marquette. I like that. Purdue. Good. I like TCU upsetting Utah State. A lot of people are high on Utah State. I like the upset in TCU. Their strength of schedule is way better. Gonzaga over McNeese. A lot of people like McNeese, but their schedule. I mean, they played University of Mississippi Women's College. That's a game they played, so their strength of schedule is very cheeks. A lot of people are calling that upset. I like the Zags. Kansas Sanford. They're missing one of their good players, but I still think they're going to pull out the win. Oregon over South Carolina. Good pick. Creighton's going to be Akron, so I'm sorry. Colorado State over Texas. I like that pick. Colorado State played very good in their game. Tennessee over St. Peter's. Good pick. So all in all, not awful. Not
Is that
bad.
what it sounds like when I talk about pro runners?
Sometimes, yeah. For everyone watching, I know a lot more about this than I do running.
Your
to
own
be
sport.
honest. Yeah, well, dude, ask me about the Glivic, and I got you.
What is the Glivic?
GLVC, bro, the Great Lakes Valley Conference.
Why did you call it the Glivic? It's just the GLVC.
What's faster? 3, 2, 1, Glivic. You can't say GLVC.
I mean, I
Glivic.
can't. Is it GLVC?
Three,
If
two,
you
one,
told
Glivic.
anyone, oh yeah, I'm in the Glivic, they're gonna be like, are you okay? You having a stroke? Can you raise both arms for me?
The people in the Glivic know. And my a lot of my teammates hate me calling it the Glivic, but it's just another word
Oh,
for GLVC.
okay. Cat's out of the bag. Johnny's teammates know what's good. Johnny does
No,
not.
my Glivic knowledge is way above theirs, and I wasn't even in the Glivic last year. The knowledge is
Bro,
just in my blood from
you sound like
Nathan.
you're saying glizzy. Like, do you have great glizzy knowledge? I'm sure you do, but this isn't
I'm sure I
pertaining
do
to running.
too. I consider myself a hot dog connoisseur, but
I mean,
it
like,
can
I
be
know
Glivic or
Sam pretty well
GLVC.
too, but like,
Who the frick is Sam?
bro, you don't remember?
Sam?
Bro, Sam, glizzy.
Oh my gosh!
I'm done. Wrap up the episode. You have to go aqua jog. It's
I know.
6:17. Are you
Oh
gonna be at the
yeah,
aqua jog?
probably gonna run there now. Now I don't get to get in the hot tub. Now I gotta go straight into my skills check for flipping lifeguarding.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
Hey,
Freaking in
you
service.
wanted
We
to
hate in service.
we really do. But that's the episode. Um, thanks to Luke, I got to kind of take this one over. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would little more of a heads up. Would have enjoyed it. Would have made it a lot better for you guys. But I think it went good. I love controversy and I love March Madness, two of my favorite things. But we'll be back next week. I'm running sub 4, and then Lukey Pookie is gonna come over next week. So it's gonna be fun. We will see you guys later.
Take care. A lot of things. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.